This episode made me love Yuka's character even more, and that has nothing to do with the number 99 utopic dragon reference. I just loved the voice acting within this episode. So much emotion being delivered, whether that's sadness, anger, or simply Yuka's desires to thwart YuGiOh's plans. Akari Tadano, you did an excellent job voicing Yuka's character. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're here to talk about episode 61 of the YuGiOh Sevens anime series. A blazing hot, passionate battle that sees Yuga dueling Roa. And like I said, a lot of emotion was shown throughout, and it came from both characters. Both Roa and Yuka showed a lot, and showed just how much they developed as characters as well. So then to start off by talking about Yuka, then Roa, then I guess we better talk about Luke, because what the hell is going on with him next episode? I've got no idea. Now then, this opening interaction between Yuka and Yuo helps to tell us a few things. Firstly, Yuden is more or less siding with the side of good, as he's the one who tells Yuka about Yuo's plans. Plus, we get to see Yuo getting the card known as fusions, after the space debris hits the station of residency that they're living in space. So this opening interaction between the two was very informative. However, this interaction between Yuka and Yuo does help to give Yuka more purpose when it comes to dueling, as she now has a new goal / purpose of stopping Yuo's plans, in having all the siblings lose, leaving only him to be president of Goha. This then creates a more desperate and driven side to Yuka's character, which we see get delivered within the episode. She's trying to do everything she can in order to win. An example of this that showed all of that drive and determination was when she hurt her arm drawing, or shoulder, sorry. She could have easily have stopped the duel thanks to her injury, but then that would mean losing, which then leads to her losing her right as president and Yuo's plans continuing. Not to mention her pride as a fair and honest sportsman / woman wouldn't allow her to quit in that situation anyway. So I do love the passion that was shown from Yuka to kind of fight through that pain and see through what she wanted to achieve. Unfortunately though, it didn't happen the way she wanted and she did end up losing. But she was very valiant in that defeat nevertheless. All of this I loved, as when you combine Yuka's motivations and emotions with the voice acting performance given within this episode, it helps to create that almost underdog-like feeling. Now, as much as I love Roa's character, I personally wanted to see Yuka win here. That's how much the presentation of her character moved me within the episode. I was actually compelled to root for Yuka when it came to who I wanted to see win the duel in the end. And when an episode does that, it just shows how good the story writing and character presentation has been. So for that, that's one of the reasons why I loved the episode as much as I did. Plus, her getting upset over her defeat was surprising, yet felt very realistic, as she has been fighting through a lot of pain, which most likely caught up with her by the end of the duel. But then again, it shows how much she wanted to stop Yuo, especially when it comes to that line where she mentions, "Yuo, your plans will never come to fruition as long as you never find that thing." So, this is two things that it raises up. Number one, what is the thing she's referencing? And number two, it still gives Yuka purpose. She still has that drive and determination to stop her brother. So if she finds that thing that Yuo needs to kind of complete his plans, then it can, put a stop to it. It can keep her character relevant, which I like as well. At the same time though, it does give the storyline a bit more depth and just kind of mystery as well. So I respect that. One last point about Yuka was her blushing. Was she blushing because of the pain that she was in, or did she become more and more infatuated with Roa as the duel progressed, and of course the world of pop music, or rock music? I wonder. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below. Why was Yuka blushing? Moving along now though, let's talk about Roa. Seeing him duel once again I thought was awesome, and showcased just how much development he's had as a character. He's managed to understand and see the feelings of those around him, if just a little bit. He wanted to step up and duel in Roman's stead, understanding that yes, Roman has desire to beat Yuka, but as their band members of Roman, he's like, we share each other's burdens. I'm not gonna lie, that sounded pretty cool when coming from the character. But then the finish also shows some great references, which leads to a feel-good moment for the whole band. Learning about their struggles at the start and only having one person listen to their performances before finding their sound and growing as a band, having more people listen to their music and enjoying it, I thought was awesome, as it adds a bit of realism to the episode, which whenever any anime shows realism and kind of connects on a certain level with me as a viewer, I really like it because I thought it was personal as well. I've been through situations where, I want people to view my content. Not had great success at the start, but over time you keep practicing, you keep going, you find your rhythm, you find your style, and who knows, maybe something big can happen later. Always wishful. But then we have Roa winning using monsters that represents his band members, and that was both wholesome and cute at the same time, especially with their designs. It was a shame not seeing Royal Demon's invasion, as I really liked that summoning chant and wanted to hear it once again, and having Roa think he's hallucinating when hearing Mimi in the crowd cheer him on was pure gold. But does this mean Mimi played an important role within his victory by triggering Roa's flashback? Interesting. Plus, congratulations on Roa Roman for getting over 700 million views. That's a lot. Side note though, Roa's reaction to Yuka not knowing about them was brilliant. Also, seeing Card of Destruction was a great legacy card to throw in there as well, but that reaction was just gold. Okay then, so Luke's character. With Luke facing this dilemma of not knowing what to wish for, now that he's become King of Duels, was yes, a little bit over the top, but slightly realistic. As once again, he's achieved his main goal. In his eyes, being the King of Duels is the pinnacle, he can't go any higher. And in real life, once you've achieved your goal, especially when you believe you can't go any higher than what you've achieved, it can be difficult to find something else to work towards. Combine this with the fact that Luke obviously believes in wishes and other supernatural similar things, and the fact that he has such a small timescale to think of something, otherwise his chances of wishing upon a shooting star will vanish. This does make his actions seem fairly normal. And okay, he was acting rather dramatic, allowing it to affect him throughout the entirety of the episode. But although the episode itself to us in our time was 25 minutes, the duel itself within the Sevens universe was most likely about 5 to 10 minutes, so he wasn't really agonizing for too long in that regard. But wait, why am I trying to use logic and explain Rook's actions? Okay, whatever. But then again, what on earth is going to happen next episode? Luke is becoming Luke Man? Skeptical, but intrigued. Next week should be interesting. With that being said though, I am guessing the Luke Man is going to lose when he duels next episode, making it so that Luke Man has a loss, but Luke is still unbeaten within the law of sevens. But one thing is clear, next week is going to be crazy, but I think filled with some much needed information about Luke's character, because we get a good focus on him, and we can learn more about his past and what makes him tick and what makes him, the way he is. I know it was only a joke at the time, but is this actually the first time that Luke has become Luke Man? I feel like he's done this in the past once before, or a couple of times before, which might help to explain how he can speak Pidgin. Because when he was facing Dovrap, or I think before that, in the Machine Cavalry arc, he says he can speak Pidgin. Maybe that explains why. if he goes into his Luca man form, he communicates with birds and has learned the language. I don't know. Anyways, I could stay here speculating for hours to the reason as to why Rook is becoming Luca man, but at the same time, I want to just wait and see what happens and just bring you my thoughts when it comes, because it's certainly going to be interesting nevertheless. Overall, I thought this episode was phenomenal. I really did enjoy it, and I wonder where Yuka is going to be staying now that she's lost her privileges as Gohart president. They haven't been taken yet, which I thought was a bit odd. But at the same time, we don't also see what bind was removed from Rush Robot. So I think we're going to start off next week's episode with the confirmation of what bind it was and Yuka being stripped of her Gohart president privileges. But at the same time, maybe it was just an episode time length constraint or restraint and they couldn't show us. I thought that was slightly weird. Nevertheless though, I feel like Yuka is still going to be relevant moving forward, especially now that we've seen the fact that YuGiOh and Eugene is going to return. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Let me know your thoughts on this episode in the comment section down below. I do hope you've enjoyed this review. If you have, like, comment and subscribe for more things Yu-Gi-Oh! More importantly though, have a great day and I'll see you next time. Alligator Martinet. Goodbye.